What's good, Space Cowboys? Zero here, bringing you a ship review here of the Ecliptic Claymore II. In this video, I'm going to show you what comes stock on this ship, some of the things I like about it, and then a few of the things that I am going to change. And at the end of this video, I am going to go through all of the upgrades that I would make to this ship to make it a in-game absolute killer. Now, I'm going to try to keep that under a certain amount of credits that would make it worth your while. This ship was stolen off of a planet that was about, I don't know, maybe a level 60, 65, but you can certainly find, Ecliptic Claymore 1 or Ecliptic Claymore II in other systems as well. I am a big fan of the aesthetic and design of the Ecliptic ships. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am a big Ecliptic fanboy. This is a pretty good ship stock. If you look, we have pretty good stats across the board. The reactor is definitely something I am going to max out here. With its 31 reactor power is just kind of so-so for a Class C reactor. Jump range is great, and weapons are actually quite good. 104 missiles, 120 particle, and 79 ballistic. The particle weapons here are these three turrets, which I think are the PBO 300 auto alpha turrets, which as far as alpha turrets go, or particle turrets, they are some of my favorites. I do put those on quite a bit of ships. I love the range that they have, and they do pretty decent damage to both the shields and the hull. You can get 3 of those on there since they consume, where's the max power? 9. I think we can get 1 more on here maybe if we wanted to, but we're actually going to scrap these, and I'm going to put on some just forward-facing particle weapons to change this. The overall speed is not great, although Class C ships tend to be a little bit slower. I know I've seen some builds out there that get their speeds up quite high. However, I want to kind of keep the high cargo capacity that this has. I want it to be not only an in-game tank fighter, be able to handle anything that's thrown at it, but also just my everyday ship to haul stuff around. There's no shielded ship capacity, and I don't plan on adding any on this build. I have put up some other builds for some stealth cargo. This is not going to be one of them. If you are into contraband and running with the Crimson Fleet, whatnot, this is not going to be what I am aiming for on this. Although I do want to keep a large amount of cargo. I don't think I'm going to add any more to this. I'm just going to try to see if I can squeeze a little bit more mobility out of my engines in the back. Cruise 6, I think I can get that up 1 more. I'm going to swap out a couple modules here. It has a crew station module here. If we look, this is our control station, which gives us 4 crew stations. I'm going to actually swap this out for a workshop, and then I'm going to swap this brig out here for the battle stations, Nova Galactic. I'm trying to stick with Nova Galactic since that is the overall theme of the modules on this. So I'm not going to change to some other manufacturers, even though there's a few others I like a little bit better than Nova Galactic. But a couple other things we're going to try to maybe swap out here. Shields are actually pretty decent. These are not a bad set of shields. I'm at 1560. I do have a few skill points put into shields, but even if we look at this, the equipment that comes stock on this, this is your SG-2000. We can do better. I will do better. I'll show you the module that I'm going to put on here. So a couple things I'm going to swap out here: weapons, reactor, shields. And that's about it. Oh, and then these 2 modules. But everything else I'm going to try to keep pretty true to form. I'm going to make a few adjustments on the wings to maybe squeeze in just a little more engine power on the sides, and then maybe a few sweeping wings here on the port and starboard side to put some weapons, forward mounting weapons on, because I'm going to get rid of these turrets and this kind of weird ballistic and missile mounted on the side there. But let's go ahead and take a look at just what this looks like when you get it stock. It's a beautiful ship. I really I really love the Ecliptic style. I don't know why. I think it's the color scheme, a lot of it. You know, Nova Galactic's not my favorite manufacturer, but for some reason, it just really, really fits. I do like those turrets on top, but I'm going to swap those out. I've been playing less of the turret and more of the point and shoot with my guns. I'm going to keep this engine bank pretty much the same back here, but like I said, I'm going to swap out a few modules to give this just a little more boost. That is going to stay the same pretty much. I'll swap it out for a little bit better jump drive, but to be honest, it's actually pretty good to begin with. Pretty sleek looking ship. I'm going to go ahead and just show you what this looks like when we take off and in space, and then we're going to look at the upgraded version of this. So you come right in, pretty nice all-in-one berth here. Yes. I'm going to leave this, not going to mess with that. We have a couple ladders up on both sides. That just goes up to a companionway, and that is our connector dock to stations or boarding other ships. Not going to change this up either, even though I really hate having to climb a ladder to get up there. I'm not sure it's avoidable. You could maybe do one of the low-profile connectors maybe underneath. I don't know. The layout on this is not ideal, but it's not bad for a 2-deck ship. It's kind of hard to avoid ladders and too many connections with 2 decks. One thing that does bother me a little bit about it is, so you have the back connected, and if you remember from looking at it, there's like this sort of skeleton. It's not a module, a HAB module connecting. I do love this bridge. Right here we've got our captain's locker. Other side is the cargo. This has a brig, and even though I really love this brig module, it's actually my favorite brig module, I don't really want a brig. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to keep this captain's quarters over here. I quite like the Nova Galactic captain's quarters. I feel like this is the closest to how my actual room would look. Very casual. Not a fancy guy here. But this is going to change out. I'm going to swap this out for the battle stations. Alright, so that's the ship. Let's take a look from the outside just real quick. We'll swap out a few things. Oops, there we go. Look at that, it's just a really beautiful cockpit module. Maybe one of my favorites. I don't know. Overall, good looking ship. You know, I like the radiators placed on the back. I kind of like how they've offset the reactor and the grav drive with that cargo module on the back. But you know, just an overall pretty good looking ship. Again, I think Ecliptic ships are some of the nicest. I just like the outline of it. It seems to have a nice sort of diamond shape up to the front. But let's see if we can't make it a little better. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try to keep this under 300,000 credits, I think. Who knows? Sometimes I have a shopping habit. Let's do it.
How about it?
Okay, so like I said, the first thing I'm going to swap out here is, you know, we're going to get rid of all of our weapons, you know, just to kind of look here. So we've got 104 missiles, 120 particle, 79 ballistic, 1130 hull, 975 shields, 3240 cargo, 6 crew, 30 light years, 59 mobility, 130 top speed. Let's see if we can do better. All right, here we go. So let's get rid of yoink. the deletion begins. Come on, select. Get off there. You're probably wondering, why does he drag it away and delete it? Well, because too many times I've tried just deleting it after selecting it, and for some reason it deletes other parts too, which is quite annoying. So I quit doing that. Because I was like, wait, where did that part go? Wait, what? Bye-bye, engines. Okay, I've deleted enough stuff. Then I'm gonna lose myself here if I don't put some stuff back. Alright, let's start with our grav drive. What we're gonna do with our grav drive is we're gonna do the pinch. Where's my pinch? Oh, let's do the SGD3000. That'll be fine. I don't know. Which one kind of looked closer? I don't remember. Let's do the gravity first. I mean, sorry, the reactor. Alright, this is where I want to get... Huh. I don't have the pinch 8Z here. I don't know why not. Yeah, we'll throw that one in for now. I thought I'd be able to get it. So I'm using a mod that supposedly gives you all of the available parts at the New Atlantis ship vendor. However, this is definitely not all of them. But maybe I just haven't done the quest yet. I don't know. Anyways, that's fine. That's still better. Power generated 38. My before I was only 30. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Now let's do our... Oh, well, there's the pinch. Well, that's just weird now. How come... Wow, I'm just perplexed. Okay, you know what? Huh. Oh, there we go. Well, that's not it either. This is just being downright ornery. There we go. Now, let's get our grav drive in here, and this one's fine. I think it's slightly different style. This might have been the style they had before, the 340, but that won't fit. This one's fine. That is fine. Alright, so we just put in the SGD3300 and then the Pinch 8Z reactor, which is what I was looking for. I have no idea why that didn't appear the first time that I tried to put that reactor in there. But this is one of the best reactors in the game. You get 40 reactor power, which is amazing. Okay, so let's put a few... Let's swap out this module and this module. And what we want to do here on this hab is I want the Nova Galactic 2x2 battle stations. Alrighty, and then up here, this is where I want the Nova Galactic 2x1 workshop. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this Nova Galactic to kind of stay true to the aesthetic of the ship. Let's do a cowling there. And let's do another Nova Galactic Cowling. Nope. As that one there, okay. And let's go ahead and flippy floppy, flippy floppy. Okay, alright, alright, alright. Let's move this out to the side a bit. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a couple structural pieces. Let's just add some Deimos hull. Not my favorite, but it works. Alright, and then let's get these back on to the outside. And maybe let's add... I wish there was like a Nova hull. I could have used the Nova bracer maybe, but that just doesn't... yeah, let's keep this Nova Galactic. Let's keep this Nova Galactic. See if we can just do... I don't know how that Nova bracer looks there. Not sure. Not sure. Maybe I like the Deimos better. Let's see how that looks with the engines. The engines that we're going to put on here are the Supernova 2200s. And then what we're going to attach to those, again, we're trying to keep the original aesthetic. So we're going to stick some white dwarfs. So they had these white dwarf 1020s, but we're going to put on the 2030s. Yeah, that'll work with the bracer and that cowling. Let's go ahead and get rid of that Deimos. We don't want any of that Deimos garbage on this ship. And let's see what we can put on here to kind of smooth that out there. So we could do another Nova cowling. Oh, too bad those engine struts don't really attach to that very well. That doesn't work. None of those work. None of those. None of those. Man, that's kind of disappointing. That's not the smoothest I think it could be. But, maybe, just maybe. You know what, let's see if maybe we can do I think maybe a Deimos wing or spine here might actually look a little bit better. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with a Deimos. That feels better. That feels better. Okay, so there is our overall look. Let's get that shield unit back on here. Well, the shield that we're gonna go with is the Assurance 1800, SG 1800 here. I have no idea why the 1800 is better than the 3000. If somebody can explain that to me, I would love to know why. But that's what we're going with. I think it's just about the highest shield I have from any units. If I am mistaken, please let me know. Okay, so we've got our shields. Wait, why are we only at a crew of 4? That's a bit odd. That should give us a crew of crew station 6. It feels bugged. All right, let's put some weapons on this beast here. So what we're gonna go with is 4 weapons on these mounts and 4 weapons on these mounts here. So we are gonna go with, on the outside, let's go with the obliterators here. Yeah, we'll do the obliterators. Actually, we can only get 3 of these on here, so let's not do that. This may not be the most optimized, I'm not sure. And then let's do the okay. All right, I think that is almost it for the weapons. One last thing is we are going to add some missiles on here as well. And we're gonna add these CE-59s on both sides underneath our wing right there. Okay, so I think that is about all the changes we're gonna make. Let's go ahead and fill in our colors to match the Ecliptic color scheme. And there is our ship. Let's go ahead and fix our weapons. We've got the Ares. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. I messed something up here. PBO 300. Now maybe I got it right here. Okay, we got the particle cannon, the auto alpha beam, and our missiles. Okay guys, so I did not keep it under 300,000. That is 361,000. But we've got our particle weapons up to 131, 138, and then our missiles up to 471. That is a massive damage improvement. Our hull is way up by over 400 points. Our shields are up by almost 700 points. Our crew is up by 2. Cargo stayed the same. Mobility is just very slightly up. It was, I think, 59 before, and our top speed is pretty much the same. However, our reactor now went from 30 up to 40, so pretty much a drastic improvement in all regards. Again, that's going to cost you about 360,000 credits, depending on, you know, what your commerce skill is. I only have, I think, maybe 1 point invested in it. But this is sort of the layout design I've got here. Tried to, like I said, stay kind of true to what the Claymore is. This was an upgrade of the Claymore II, so maybe I will call this the Claymore III. Let's rename this one the Claymore. Ah! Why did it erase everything? I just want to add one more. There we go. Oh, it won't let me add one more. We're just gonna have to go with the number 3. It won't let me add the number 3. Oh man, it must have I would really love if they up the number that you can add to the name, because really small. You've got this huge space and can't really add much to that. Alright, so that is the Claymore 3. Let's go take a look at the inside, and then we'll take it for a test flight. I will show you kind of how this can handle against some higher level enemies. Hopefully we'll get into some tussle with some 50 to 70 level ships. I don't think this is going to have much of an issue with this firepower here. Alright, thank you, sir. I hope you enjoy all of my credits, my hard-earned credits. Alright, so here is the new look of the outside. I love these extra wings here, sweeping wings with the missiles, and then the forward-facing weapons, this extended wing on the back. One thing I do like about this ship is how it is lifted off the ground, and you can easily kind of pass underneath. I could have probably upgraded these to a larger cargo module that connected across, but one, I didn't want to lose any more mobility, and I kind of like the gaps that it provides in the ship, especially when you're looking at it from, you know, above. Looking at the engine stack in the back here. So you still have those reverse thrusters on the wings. In the end, I think I'm glad I chose these supports other than the Deimos hull. I like the empty space that I can still see, like the fuel canisters in there, keeping it true to the Nova Galactic form. Definitely looks bigger engine stack on the back with these engines on the side. Pretty happy with this design. Not a lot of changes. Like I said, I try to keep these true to the original design. I think the original designers did an excellent job, and I would hate to really tarnish their work. Everything should be pretty much the same on the ship, you know, as we come in. The only things that I've changed out are when we go up here, this should be a workshop now instead of that control station. And then when we go down through the bridge, we'll get down to the battle station module that I swapped out for the brig. So there's your jump seats. I think those are for passengers. You know, you've got your workstations on your ship. You can pretty much do everything you need here. I don't really ever take passengers, but it's nice to have the option if you need to. Same bridge, everything's the same there, and then we get down here to the battle stations module, which I love it. Make this feel like a real fighter. I love this battle stations mod. Just amazing. So way better than the brig. I feel like this is much more in line with what I'm going to be doing with this ship than a brig. I'm not going to be hauling in anybody. And then of course the same captain's module there. Yep. Happy with those changes. So those are the changes I make. Let's go ahead and take off, get in a fight so you can see what this thing looks like in all its glory from outer space. I tried to keep the same look here. I feel like I made some just very minimalist changes. I don't know, what do you guys think? What would you do differently on this build with the Claymore II? I would love to hear your opinion. I am really getting into the shipbuilding lately. Mostly I've just been kind of modding out ships that I have been finding or ships that I've been purchasing.
Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
Right. So look at this guy. I love those green landing lights on the green and red lights on the sides of the cockpit module. Just a really, I don't know, Ecliptic really just, their designs are sleek, functional. I like the sort of minimalist design. Look at that engine stack. That is nice. With all the reverse thrusters going, slowing me down. Ah, love this ship. Alright, so let's go see how it actually performs. I like the way it looks. Does it perform? I don't know. We're gonna head off to my favorite little hunting ground here in old Sir Pentus and see what snake lovers we can shake out of the rocks. I'm not sure if I actually have my crew assigned right now. I should probably check that. Yep, that's what I thought. Oh, I should have assigned them before I took off. Alright, well, who needs a crew? Okay, so me like you the guns already. Alright, there's a level 52. And there goes a level 52. This level 32 guy is not even going to stand a chance. We'll get a missile lock and see how these missiles do. Eh, not as good as I would have thought. Yeah, so, I mean, you're gonna encounter higher level stuff. I mean, I could go out and search some level 70 stuff, but this is really gonna do you pretty much through endgame if that is what you're looking to take this ship. I think even without any skills, this should take care of pretty much any encounter you'd come across in the game. Cost me about 360,000 credits. I'm very happy with the overall look of this ship. It's easy to fly. It's not super nimble. I mean, the mobility was only 61, so it's not got great turning. But I didn't really need it. I was able to kind of blast those targets down before I really had to turn on them. It's got great range, so I can kind of pick them off before they even get close. And I could do this all day long. That is my Claymore 3 build here, guys. So this is what I would do with the Claymore 2, or even if you had a Claymore 1. If you had a Claymore 1, it might cost you a little bit more because the components that you're going to be recycling out aren't going to be quite as valuable. But if you get a Claymore or a Claymore 2, you could make this build pretty easily. Anyways, I hope you guys like this. I'll try to make a couple more videos just showing some of the new ships that I've been playing with. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.